I feel bad tossing out that TV, especially since it's done me good, man. It's lasted a long time, a lot of good viewing on that. But I think since I got the $70 gift card, I think it's time to maybe upgrade. And I'm not talking about spending a lot on a TV either. I'm trying to keep it under $200 so that, using the $70, maybe I can knock that TV in half and then just pay for the rest. But I'm trying to look for a smart TV. I've never had a smart TV, and we do watch a lot of Amazon. Junior watches a lot of YouTube, and then we've been watching just other programs like the PBS stuff, the apps that like Apple TV offers and the PlayStation offers. So yeah, I've never had a smart TV, so I'm kind of curious, and I'm thinking about splurging on that.
Go for it. I mean, I don't know what you could find for $200 a smart TV. You probably find one, but it's gonna be like a smaller one. I don't know how high you want. We want to upgrade like a 42-inch, or just keep it still. I don't even know what's underneath the 42.
Yeah, definitely for the $200 price range that I'm looking for. The biggest TV that I saw being a smart was a 32-inch, and then there were 24s and whatnot. But it looks like 32. Which would be fine. I mean, the TV that I got now in the bedroom is a 32, so I would just be replacing it with something about the same size and hopefully a little clearer in picture so that we can actually read the text on the TV, if I'm watching the Bears game or whatnot, or just watching like a baseball game, I can see that there's 2 outs, and there's a man on first and second, whatever. Because it's tough to see it now with my old TV. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's, I got Chromecast. For a while, I was thinking about upgrading to Roku. I get a stick for that, but I think the built-in smart TVs now, it used to be like a luxury thing, but I think it's more of a necessity now, especially for all the cord cutters. I don't know. The Roku, I think my girlfriend has one, and she says it's all right, but the Chromecast, I fucking love that thing. It's everything. My phone and my tablet just pops up on the screen. It's pretty good. I've had no issues with it, and I don't know with this. I don't see a lot of stuff being developed for it lately, so I don't know how long that's gonna last. And same thing with the Roku.
Yeah, I have a Chromecast as well, and I use it downstairs, but. The other negative about my TV in the bedroom that I want to get replaced is that it doesn't have HDMIs, so I can't put a Roku or a Chromecast on it.
I wonder if there's like a cable that converts it or something. Have you seen that?
There is stuff that'll convert it, but I was reading about it that you lose some of the functionality of the HDMI by converting it over. Like you might be able to get the video image, but then the audio would suffer, or you won't be able to use certain functions that use the signal provided by the HDMI cable. So it was to the point where I'm like, I could spend $30 on this converter or whatever for HDMI, or I could just save it and just put it into a new TV. So I've been kind of shopping for a TV for now 2-3 years, like to see if there's anything under $100 that'll kind of creep itself or pass its path across me, so I can maybe buy one. And I think this is the opportunity. It's finally the opportunity where I don't spend a lot of money and I get something new for the bedroom, so we can be able to see it a little better.
Like a guy I know at work, he buys a lot of open box shit at Best Buy. He has pretty good luck finding open box stuff at Best Buy. Or try the website. I don't know. Do they have some open box stuff on the website?
They do.
I know Amazon offers like their warehouse deals.
They do show open box, and actually, when I went to Best Buy the other day just to kind of glance at some of their TVs, I did see an open box. It was a 39-inch for roughly about the same price of the 32. It was also a smart TV, and it was an open box item, but I was just like,
why was it returned?
It said on there it was the display, so it was the one that they put up there.
Wasn't a perv and watching what people were doing in the bedroom or something, recording them?
No, which is something I heard them smart TV, or you were telling me, right, that they record you.
They record you when you're being intimate, man. The government's watching.
Speak of Alex Jones now, being kind of
I remember real quick when told me a story. She was like, "Oh, your uncle's going crazy." I'm like, "Why? What's going on?" Yeah, he was telling me that the TVs watch you and they record you. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, "No, Mom, that's actually true." What? Not you too? I'm like, so I had to bring up like an article like in Spanish, like, "Here, read this." No. This is all lies. Like, okay, like it's true. It's connected to the internet, so it's always on. It has cameras and got stuff to listen to you, and it's always connected. So someone else can control it when it's connected. And she got freaking scared, and she's like, "I don't want to know about this stuff." And she never brought that up that he's going crazy anymore.
Speaking of being monitored, Andy, while I was at the movie theater watching 50 Shades, there was a good trailer with Tom Hanks in it. It's called Circle or The Circle or something like that, where he's the owner of, or he's like the CEO of a company sort of like Google, but it's called Circle. And they slowly, little by little, start taking over and start monitoring everything. And I don't quite recall what the line goes in the movie, but he says something to the fact of knowing things is good, or knowing some things is good, but knowing everything is like the true power or something. So, it goes something to the fact of, these companies monitoring you, these tech companies.
The most valuable thing these companies and the government knows, what they know about you is your real, like, personal information. Like Facebook, think about it, how the apps, and they all know, like, everything is streamlined to go off of what you've told them or what you like. So that's like valuable information to them, because they could sell that. And then the government, they claim all safety. They want to know everything that you know about, because they have computers that talk about, like, with their algorithms that kind of predict what's going on. That's the big thing in the stock market too. They're trying to figure out, like, trends, because nobody can predict trends. But if you give the computer enough information, it can kind of figure out, like, this is the next trend or this. That's where, knowing everything is powerful. The government is not. They want to know everything because they want to know. They want to try to predict stuff, and that sounds freaking crazy. But if you watch certain shows like InfoWars, they bring in people like whistleblowers. Like, that's their goal. They want to predict stuff. So that's why they want information. The more they know about people, they can kind of predict what stuff might happen, or kind of gauge, like, man, this is like building up. We need to try to subvert it more by doing certain things. That's why the new thing right now on Facebook and Twitter is they want to hold back, not let you see. I think Twitter was like trying to censor like certain hashtags or certain things to make Trump look bad. I mean, which is not doing the best job on his own, but people who would support him, they wouldn't let him put him on your feed. They were doing something to make you want to see it unless you did something. Same thing with Facebook. They're trying to limit, like, if you subscribe to Breitbart or Fox News, they were doing stuff so it wouldn't pop up on your feed unless you did something. That's why you always see posts like, make sure you like or interact with us so you can still continue to see on the wall and share and all this other crap. Well, they're already doing something mostly with conservative news stuff, because they don't like Trump or whatever, and they're trying to limit to see what you see.
Well, I do know that Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, to a certain until just recently, they would post things that you interact with, like you said, stuff that you recently liked. But it would not be an active feed of everything that you like. So if you're following 100 people and all those 100 people are posting things, liking things, you wouldn't necessarily see those items. You would just see the top ones,
Right.
ones that Facebook deems that you would want to see. So, yeah, they filter out things. So there's times that you post something and I'm like, I didn't see anything. But then when I click on your feed, I see that you did check in or did this or whatever. That's just because my feed doesn't deem what you're doing as important and kind of sees it as being boring. And so,
man, what I do is very exciting. I keep the people in the loop. My people, my friends, my friends know what's going on.
But you are right. It does do that. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, man. It's a big government coming out to get you. And Andy, just to jump in this article real quick, man. Big government coming again, man. They're coming out with windshield locks. I guess they're starting to roll these out big time this year.
Right.
And it's like a big piece of plate. I don't know if you've seen what it looks like.
I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah, it's like a suitcase that folds in half. They extend it out on your windshield, and with the suction cups and these like clamping grafts, it clamps onto your front windshield. So if you instead of using like the boot,
right.
like if you have an excess of tickets or warrant maybe out for your arrest and it's registered to your car and blah blah blah. So yeah, man, they're using this new windshield thing. What it also allows them to do is, because it's wireless, it's a Wi-Fi. They could Wi-Fi the signal to release the lock and clamps and the suctions on them. So when you call and you pay your ticket, you can Wi-Fi for it to be removed and released. But it's after you pay your ticket and whatnot.
And what do you do with the wiper or the block? You just leave it there?
It's kind of like there's a deposit for it until you return it.
Oh, you got to return it.
Yeah, you got to return it. You got to return it back to, I don't know, some designated area or facility, or I don't know where you would have to. I haven't actually witnessed this thing firsthand, but I have seen pictures. I've seen some videos where people are complaining about it because they are starting to roll out, and it does not allow you to see anything on the street. So you would have to basically drive with your head out the window.
Awesome. I've done that before, man.
So, yeah, I'm not sure how many people are going to be willing to do that in order to get around a ticket. You know, it's kind of like that boot, you know, how many people are going to drive with it. But I have seen people drive with it.
Streets always find a way, man, to get the right to stick it to the man. So I'm pretty sure some way he's gonna come up with some shit like, man, fuck this, man, I don't got time for this. He's just stick his head out, or he's gonna break that whole thing down.
Yeah, and they just like the Parking Wars TV show that was famous in Philadelphia. I guess they're one of the big cities that are rolling this out really heavy duty. And from reading this article a little bit, it looks like the suction cups bring up to 750 pounds of pressure onto the windshield. So it's not something that you can just easily remove if you were to try, you know, like put a crowbar or something and try to pry it off. It's not something that you're going to easily be able to pull off with it having 750 pounds of pressure on there.
There's a will, there's a way, man.
Yeah, so yeah, this new parking thing, man, it looks like it's coming out. Like I mentioned, they could release it wirelessly, and then you would just have to return it to the authorities.
I'd be like, yeah, you could pick it up over here, man. I ain't taking shit back.
Well, it's something like there's a deposit, or there's going to be another charge. Like, all right, you know, by paying this, you're swearing that you're going to return the briefcase. If not, your credit card will be charged another $200 or whatever charge. I don't know.
I ain't paying shit, man. I'm closing that account out right now.
So yeah, man,
it's bullshit, dude. Like, it's just, I don't know. It all depends, man. They stick it to people like that who need their cars, and it's I'm starting to sound like a hippie, but the system is set up for them never to get clear of that, because it keeps accumulating fines, and don't worry, man. They're gonna find a way. I seen that Parking War show. I was hooked on it for a while, and people be like, "Fuck this," cutting off boots.
Yeah,
shit. You just find them on the street, and then they'd be like doing like 360s at the end of the block, saying "fuck you, Garfield" or something, and then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't have done that."
Yeah,
man.
It was a good show, man. I used to like it.
Like that, I just remember the guy's name was Garfield, and the other lady, and that guy was cool. He was just doing his job, but I see some dudes that be like, "Man, fuck you," and they'd just be doing like 360s in their cars and taking off and shit. And there was one where that he was putting on the boot, and he didn't put it on. The guy just came out and like, "Look, Garfield," just like threw the boot away, and he like drove away. He's like, "Hold up," because he didn't tighten up a bolt or some goofy thing. And he was blaming it. It was an old boot. It's like you need new ones or some shit. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know. People are gonna figure out a way. They always do. But yeah, just parking tickets. when they would go wait to pay in line to get their car and all that, like, dude, that was like so fucked up, man. I couldn't believe it. And then they're like, oh, it's not here, or you got to do this, and that would frustrate the